Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Mimi Kate, a young but passionate knitter and crocheter. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Etsy, Ravelry, and Pinterest as The Graceful Tangle. On Etsy and Ravelry, you can find and purchase my knit and crochet patterns. And also on Ravelry, you can join the Graceful Tangle podcast group. If you go up to the groups tab and search the Graceful Tangle podcast, you can join in there and chat with us in those threads that I have opened. So if you haven't already, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified each and every time I upload a video. Okay, so let's hop right into some finished objects. I have a couple things to share with you today. The first is a finished work from last week. I finished the corner to corner granny square blanket that I was making. So here it is. It's not huge. It's probably maybe 3 feet square. Probably about that, I'd say. Maybe a little less. So all I did was start at one corner, started down here, and then use an entire cake of Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel in the color Watermelon Taffy. I used an entire cake to increase, and then I joined a second cake and did the decreases. Something that I found that was really interesting is I actually had a lot left over when I finished the decreases, which is interesting, and I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do some research on why that is. I think part of it might be the way that you start a row on the increase and then the way that you start a row on the decrease. It does use less yarn. But yeah, I don't know. It was interesting, but I had enough to do a shell border all the way around the blanket, in the same, like with the leftovers of that second cake. So I really did have a lot left over. I did play a little bit of yarn chicken at the end. On like a couple of the sides, I did 4 double crochets for the shell instead of 5. And then like a couple I even did 3. And you really can't tell. Like this isn't, I'm not selling this. This is either going to be donated or go to my sister to use for her dolls. So I'm totally not worried about it. And you really, like, you can't tell. I wouldn't sell it like that because it's not, it's not perfect. But Emily, my sister, would not be able to tell. But yeah, I have a couple ends to be in. But other than that, it's done. And I really, really love it. I didn't think I would like these colors, honestly. Worked up. Like, they just aren't my colors. And while I still wouldn't wear it, like if it was a garment, I really love them in this project. So I'm super excited to learn, or that I learned this new technique, and I can't wait to grow in it. There's a couple things I want to try that use this technique. Now, a couple design possibilities, I think. But yeah, I really love this, and I used a size J hook, I believe. If you're curious. Yeah. So my next finished object, I actually only have one to show you, but I did make 4. So this is kind of rounding off all the dishcloths I was making. So I found a skein of I Love This Cotton in the color Water Lily. So I made 4 dishcloths using that. So if you're just tuning in, I made a bunch of dishcloths to give to my Mimi when we visited this past week. And she loves them, and I gave them all to her. So I only have this one to show you, but I kept one of each. I made 4 of each color. I got 4 dishcloths per ball of cotton, and then I kept 1 for my family, 1 of each color for my family, and then kept the rest to her. So this is the one of this color that I kept for us. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's a lot similar, It's very similar to Paris in June, that color that I was using, but it's a little bit more muted. Yeah, Water Lily is a really good name. So I use the same pattern that I've been using. It's by the MakeYourOwnZone.com. I did the updated corners no holes version, and I increased to 35 stitches before decreasing back down. So yeah, corner to corner, of course, and I have to weave in those ends too. And can you tell that I procrastinate on weaving in ends? With that, let's move right along into some works in progress, or better known as WIPs. I have quite a few things to show you, and I think one of them is new. So the first is my one of two test projects that I'm doing right now. This is the crochet project that I'm working on. It is the Hopi Tribe Pullover. I think I'm saying that right. Hopi. It's either Hopi or Hoppy. I'm not entirely sure which. Anyway, so this is for Kayla of K Crochets. You can find her on Instagram and her amazing patterns on Etsy and Ravelry. This is a top-down circular yoke sweater. It uses the linen stitch, which is so much fun. I've never done increases in the linen stitch before, nor have I done color striping like this, and it was so much fun. The yoke was so fun, and now I am cruising down the body. I have about an inch, I think, to go, and then I will do the body ribbing. So I'm actually hoping to finish this today, but we'll see. I'm doing the short sleeve version, so I have I have like an inch to go on the body, and then the body ribbing, and then I have one round and the ribbing to go on each sleeve. So we'll see. It shouldn't take too long. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it, I guess. But yeah, I'm using Cascade Pacific Worsted in this green color, mossy green, pink, and gray. All of their colors are numbers, so it's not really helpful for me to share them, I don't think. I do have the gray, or nothing gray, the green is color 63, and I think, here's the number, and then I think, either the pink or gray might be 61, I'm not entirely sure, and it looks like I didn't put it back on the shelf yet, so, I said them on the last episode, on episode 4, so if you want to find out more about it, you can tune in on that. Yes, I love this so much. Again, I'm really hoping to finish it very soon. Alright, my next work in progress is Panglossian. So this is a free knit along hosted by Morgan on More Thunder. I have fallen a little bit behind. So she releases a clue every day. However, for the last few days, it's been only the body, so she's just kind of told you to work your way down the body, and then she'll give a new clue, I believe today, on the 15th. I haven't looked yet, though, so I'm not entirely sure. But, like I said, I've fallen a little bit behind. I'll talk more about this later, but we went on our beach trip for the past few days. We just got back yesterday. So I brought this down there in the hopes that I would work on it, and I did a little bit, but not much. It's just not it's not practical to think you're gonna have knitting time when you're down there, and that is totally okay. It makes me a little bit happy that it wasn't super long though, because I did miss having having time to knit. Anyway, so this is what it looks like so far. I have split for the sleeves, and I've done a good bit on the body. I don't remember where I was when we left, maybe like around here. I did do a good bit, but not a ton. So I've done a little bit of, I guess, calculating for myself, and I think what I want to do, is complete the chart once more through. So you split for the sleeves, so you're like halfway through the chart. So I've finished the chart now, and I think I'm going to do it a whole other time and then move on to the ribbing. That's kind of my plan. If it's not long enough, I'll of course add more, and if it's longer than I want, I'll stop earlier. But that's my plan right now, and I think that's what's going to work out. So the yarn that I'm using is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK. I am using the these cakes look a little bit funky. I am using 2 colors, Pretty and Peacock and Ivory. There they are. I have this one in my yarn cozy from Nitty Natty. And as you can see, it's doing a good job of holding it in, but it's still, I think it's about time to recake these. This one is like falling apart. But yeah, I should definitely cut the yarn and kind of recake these before I move too far in. I do not want them to get tangled. This yarn, I really, really love this yarn. Like really love it, but it is a nightmare if it gets tangled. Like it's just not even, and it's not worth it. But yeah, so there's this. I love it. Stand up so you can kind of see it a bit better. The body is, it's on the stitches are kind of squished together on a shorter cable, so it will fit. It's just a little bit squished together now. But yeah, I love it. I'm really excited to block this. I know the color work will kind of even out a little bit once I do, so I'm excited to see how it changes with that. But yeah, I'm hoping to spend a lot of time on this week and kind of get caught back up. And I'll be getting it finished soon. She said that she'll have the pattern available to purchase on Ravelry as like a finished, easy to follow PDF on the 21st of June, I think. And today is the 15th, so that's only like 6 days away. So it might be done this week. Who knows? I'll be surprised if I can get it done this week. I have a lot of things that I want to do, but I'm planning on working on it a lot nonetheless. Okay, my last work in progress that I'm going to show you today is my other test knit. So I have started this since I last podcast, and I love it so much. So this is a pattern for on by Cozy Up Knits. It is their new cardigan pattern that they are coming out with soon. And here is mine so far. Let's see if I can show this to you without losing a whole bunch of stitches. Okay, so it is squashed up on the needles, just like my pig floss needle was. It's kind of just how I like to work. I don't love my stitches to be spread out because it involves more pushing them together when actually knitting. I feel that I can knit faster when they're closer together. This has also been in a bag and traveled with, so it's a little bit wonky. Alright. So here it is. Again, I know you're not going to be able to see it super well. Oh yeah. Look at that texture. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. So this cardigan is super oversized and boxy. It is worked from the bottom up. So you cast on for the ribbing. Hold it like this. So you cast on for the ribbing, and I'm going to work all the way up till I split. Almost all stitches still. Till I split for the underarm, and then I will work the front right portion, the front left portion, and the back panel. Join them together, and then add sleeves to the armholes. So it's may kind of use scraps, and you hold mohair with it. However, I'm changing it up just a little bit to kind of satisfy my stash. So I have a whole bunch of this Lion Brand Mulane yarn. It is a faux mohair DK white yarn that Lion Brand used to carry, and I believe it's now discontinued. But as you can see, it totally looks like mohair, even though it isn't. And it's super fun. It's soft, it's fuzzy, and I really, really love it. And then with that, I'm holding Loops and Threads Wool-like, and I'm color blocking this. So I just finished the blue portion, which I used this color. And then I'm going to go in to this gray, and then this green at the top. And the purple yarn is going to be held throughout the entire cardigan. And then I'm going to hold this pink. I have already wound it with the purple, so I'm not sure you can be able to see it very well, but I'm holding this pink with the purple, and I'm doing 6 rows of it in between each big color stripe. So it's kind of going to be broken and muddled together that way. And I'm so excited to see how it looks. I did a whole bunch of math and kind of worked it all out on this sheet of paper here to see how many rows I needed to do for my size, and then I divided that up into how many colors I wanted to use, and all that good stuff. So it took a while, but it's worth it because now I can just work on it mindlessly. So like I've said, I finished the bottom blue portion, and now I'm about to go into that pink that I was talking about. And then again, I'll do the gray. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. This is another project that I haven't worked on for a few days just because we've been gone and it wasn't very practical. However, I did work on this a good bit while we were there. Yeah, I'm excited to move on to this as well. I'm just really grateful to be home and have, all that time back and a little bit of a schedule again. But yeah, I love this. I'm so excited about it. It's also going to really open it with blocking, kind of like the pink Glossian will. And I just know it's going to be so drapey. I did go down a couple needle sizes. So she called for you to use a size 11. I'm not just a cheap gauge with that. So I'm using a size 10. These are my Knitter's Pride Zings, if you're curious. There we go. Yeah. There's that. My last work in progress. I cannot wait to work on all of these throughout the week. Okay, so for design talk today, I have one thing that I want to share with you. I finished this, well, almost finished it before we left, and now I'm gonna get back to it and kind of finalize this pattern. So this is the kimono that I was designing. I have to seam the arms still, so I apologize for that, because I haven't done it quite yet, but this is what it looks like right now. It's basically a big blanket almost, and I'm so excited about this pattern. So I'm still working on it. I'm trying to satisfy as many people as I can with the layout, and the layout will be the same as my other patterns. It's the sizing that I'm working hard on, and then I'm also gonna have so in this pattern I'm gonna have 2 PDFs. One is gonna be sized and written out row by row, and then the other is gonna be more of a kind of like recipe style pattern. So you're gonna take your own measurements and find the perfect size for you. And then you'll just be able to choose from those 2 which route you'd like to take, the simple or the more possibly better fitting but more time consuming. But yeah, so here it is so far. Again, I'm still working on it. It's getting there. It is almost done. I just have a bit of seaming to do. But I'm really, really excited for this project. It is so fun to make, so easy. I have a few more planned, so I hope that you are excited about it too. It'll be released this fall sometime, so it's still a long ways away, but I wanted to go ahead and get the pattern ready, just so that I can let that excitement build up even more and be ready for the release instead of kind of anticipating it and, not knowing when it'll actually be. But yeah, I'm fully enjoying kind of getting ahead with myself and preparing for the future instead of only being in the moment, I guess. But yeah, so there it is. That's very color accurate. It's very bold. And I love very neutral colors. I really love this color. This is Loops and Threads Barcelona in the color Hazel. So yeah, very neutral. I already have a full outfit planned to wear with this later this fall. So as you'll probably know by now, I like to end my podcast with a little devotion, just some words of encouragement to kind of help you build your relationship with our Heavenly Father. So today I actually want to talk about a song, actually. I am not going to sing it. Don't worry, I will not score you with my singing voice. I am not known for a pretty singing voice, let me tell you. But with that, we, as I've talked about a little bit earlier, we went on our beach trip. My dad's parents live in Gulf Shores, and so we go down there and visit them for a family reunion every summer. And then usually we try to make it over to the beach at least once when we're down there. Well, today or not today, this time when we went early in the morning on our last day, on the day that we were leaving. And as I was looking over the ocean, the song that's called Oceans came to mind, and one of the I guess lyrics from that song, it says, "Keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours and you are mine." So as I was just like kind of looking over the ocean, I just kept thinking about that and thinking about what that song actually means. And the way that I kind of interpret it is, we will all face trials and hard times, and in this reference, the waves are the trials and the troubles and the tribulations that we're gonna face because of the fall and because of sin and because of the fact that this world is broken and hurting and not perfect. But through all of that, we can rise above the waves, and we can focus our eyes on heaven and on the promise of heaven, and how if we commit our life and our works to the Lord, then we will be in heaven eternally when we pass away on earth. And so I just want to encourage you that no matter what you're facing, no matter what you will face or what waves will come crashing on you, that He's there with open arms and relentless grace for you. And He's so good, and He's so ready. His arms are open wide for you to come running to Him, so that you can get that loving embrace. So I just want to use that as a word of encouragement today. So with that, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, please like this video and comment, and then don't forget to subscribe, of course, and then hit the notification bell so that you get notified each and every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world, and as I say every video, I'm so excited to see this channel continue to grow and see what direction it takes as I kind of find my way around YouTube. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.